What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's living well and staying blessed. It's your boy, Markus B. As always, I'm joined by Mr. Evan Simmons and new guy, Chris. This is episode 126 of Holla Me with yours truly. And today, me and Connor. What? Me and the boys sit down and talk about the plight of being a parent these days and how most people are doing it wrong and how screwed up all these kids are going to be because they've had iPads since they were at the age of 3. Now, again, this is 3 dudes without kids and, frankly, without wives. So we're kind of talking hypotheticals and kind of healthy dose of nonsense as we do, but it is hard opinions and they are factual. So
y'all are teachers and see it every day.
Yeah, we are teachers. Good point, Chris. We are teachers. We're basically parents.
Soft parents.
Kind of. Sometimes. Anyways, we also talk about what it would be like being a parent and what we plan for our kids once we eventually get there. So, if you like what we're doing out here, make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe. Please, please, please. We still have not quite gotten to our goal of 250 subscribers. We've been sitting around 220. We just need 30 more. So any sharing that you guys can do would be greatly appreciated. If you also need any workout gear, supplements, or anything in that world, go to Redcon1, use promo code T20MarcusB under tier operator. You'll get an extra 20% off your entire order, and you'll help support the podcast a whole lot. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. And we're back. We were talking about poor parenting is actually more so what we were talking about.
Yeah, we're like kind of talking about the whole iPad generation thing. Yeah. And how kids, they get phones and iPads and stuff from the age of like 1.5.
Can you walk? Here's a phone. Have fun.
So
leave me alone.
Could be exposed to everything in the world all at once.
That's wild.
And of course, like, none of us are parents. So, like,
we're going to judge harshly of everybody that is a parent, and we're going to tell you you're bad at it.
I do not understand the plight of being a parent at all. I'm sure it's difficult. There's literally
difficult.
Literally a person there, and you just have to keep
it own,
alive.
And you can't screw up.
And when it's screaming and crying, you just have to like look at it, like, because I'm the same guy who like, I'm like, oh yeah, whenever you have a kid, the first like couple of years you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Stop going to movies. Stop going to concerts.
Yeah.
Like you can't do anything. Sorry.
No. Sorry about you.
You can't do anything.
That's it.
But of course, parents were like, I had one kid 6 years ago. Now the kid's in orchestra, so now he has to go to a concert. Yeah. So now, and I need to go see my kid at a concert. So.
You got to keep the kids tight.
Yeah, that's why I say like 2 years apart.
2 years.
2 years apart is the goal. It's the that way they can be in middle school together for a year.
Yeah, max 3.
And max 3.
Max 3.
Yeah, because what 3-year-old is? There's no 3-year-old presentations going on.
No.
Yeah.
Their presentations start when they're 4, so that might get a little dicey because the kid's 1.
But even then, it's
that pre-K.
It's a pre-K thing,
and there's zero expectations there.
Babies at pre-K.
So then like kindergarten 5 and 2.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Almost that like high school and you got a 3rd grader kind of thing, or a 2nd grader. It's like, oof.
Oh, bro, like my buddy's parents. My buddy's 30 years old. Mom is pregnant right now. It's kid number 7.
The dude I work with, he said his mom had him when she was 40.
Yeah, I mean, that happens.
I mean, yeah, it happens. That's just
so he's
wild.
21, and his mom is 61.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, being an old dad sounds scary to me.
I'm going to be an old dad.
You're going to be an old dad?
I've accepted that. It really messes up my timeline with me thinking I'm not going to make it past 50.
Yeah.
But then, like...
Because if you have kids by, like, 40 or something like that.
Yeah, man. They're going to be without a dad. So they're going to be awesome at whatever they do.
They're gonna be like full Taylor Tomlinson kids.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah.
you can't be on Netflix if you have
You can't have two
dad.
parents. You can't have two parents and be successful.
and be successful.
It doesn't work.
It's the Batman principle.
But he had no parents.
You
And look at him.
yeah, billionaire.
I mean, his parents gave him that money.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But they only gave him that money because they died.
Oh, he was,
Will and testament.
he was still a rich kid.
Oh yeah, all right.
He just went and became Batman.
I mean, LeBron James, didn't have a dad. I don't think Kobe had a dad. Tiger Woods' dad was a tyrant. So if you have both parents, one of them has to be an awful human being.
Yeah. It's the Michael Jackson principle. We're coming up with principles here today. This episode is about principles. Not a good principle.
Not good principles, but they are pretty factual.
Well, beyond that, like, I'm not trying to be a Michael Jackson dad.
I don't want to be a Michael Jackson dad.
Like,
can you look this up? Let's see. Famous people with two parents.
famous people with two parents. Now, here's the thing, though.
Excuse me. Not famous people. I don't care about famous people. Professional athletes with two parents.
A lot of them, probably.
I don't think so, man.
Like, the thing is, though, like, you have to, I was going to call it the TV.
I think nowadays there is.
Yeah.
But, like, the 2000s, like when Braun was coming up, everybody that was successful only had one parent.
I'm gonna get a house from my mom.
Exactly. They're like
that was
everybody that says I'm getting a house from my mom's, they didn't have a dad.
Yeah, it just brings up list of like kids whose parents were famous, like good sport people.
Well, because there's also the thing of, I didn't realize how many like celebrities, like comedians or like actors or whatever, whose parents were like either rich or like actors or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like people like like your John Mulaney's, like Nick Kroll. I don't know if you guys know what's his name, Hammer, Army Hammer, the guy who played he was gonna play Superman for a while. He's like, he's like, oh yeah, apparently his parents are like rich. I'm like, oh,
Stupid rich.
I forget that you can.
Yeah, when you have money, life is easier.
Yeah, you can pay to go to USC, or you can pay someone to take photos, make fake.
Therefore,
make fake photos.
That's where my philosophy of, in order to do white people things, in order to make white people money, you got to do white people things. And that is hard. Because I'm having mild panic attacks about me trying to rent this house and not having a house lined up to live in after I rent this place.
Yes. Can't you do that for like a rental company?
Yeah,
now?
yeah, no, that's fine. I don't necessarily have money to put down to live somewhere else.
Oh, right.
I do.
Right.
Like, shout out savings, but
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Did your mom? I know this is like
No,
did
that completely blew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Along of the short of it, I'm not gonna, don't want to talk about.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah,
all of it. But my parents, they had found a house, didn't work out. The sellers suck. So they're still trying to figure out what they're doing.
Okay. I'm gonna say like it's the worst. It's not the worst thing ever. It's like necessary, but like move in for a couple of months.
Yeah.
That's the. Because I consider that if I moved up to Dallas, I was like, I can just stay with my parents for a couple of months, and have more money.
I can't. I can't do it.
Oh no, it'd be torture. But it'd be torture.
Sorry, Mom, Dad. I know you're listening. I apologize.
Same.
Can't live with you.
My parents were.
It's been 12 years.
There was a high school that opened
I'm
up.
only 20. I just moved out and I can't do it.
Yeah.
There was a high school that opened up right next to my parents' house, like literally like
For real.
like 5 minutes away.
Oh Jesus!
Like here's their street. This is like the next street. It's called that street.
Oh,
like it's like, yep, we're right here. Like you get 5 minutes away. You can literally pass by every day after work. They were like, yeah, get a house, get an apartment right there. Get a house right here. Like we'll set it. We'll even give you like a partial down payment on the house. Jesus. I was like,
hold on now.
Stop.
Bring it back.
Back all that up. No.
Nah.
It's not because I don't like them. It's just I just can't be my full like self. I don't know. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about parenting.
We are talking about parenting, though.
Yes.
So.
And how bad people are at it.
One of my things that I've noticed, I think I've said it before, but you remember how we've all experienced it, the preteen like weird stage in life or whatever, where like the girls would go to Claire's, boys would wear the neon shorts, and they thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, you work at the middle school. Does that still happen, or is it like kind of disappeared?
Middle school kids are weird. They are the weirdest. They will do things because they're experimenting. They will like. They're just weird because that's the first time I think when you develop that, like, my parents don't look at me whenever I leave. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It always, no offense, you have to learn about it eventually. It always kills me when the girls show up with the fake eyelashes out to here. I'm like, it's Tuesday. Like, like, who was that for?
Who
are
you doing this for?
Like, what is this?
I know you're doing it for yourself because you got to learn how to put those on, but like also maybe do it for an event.
Like, they put all kinds of like different colors in their hair, and the guys will wear all kinds of just like sag down to their knees and all this. I'm like, you're dressing poorly. Like, you have to know that. But for them, they don't know. They're weird.
My point is, because you were saying, we can cut what I'm going to say now out, that, like, they're nasty or whatever.
Yeah, no, we can.
No, you don't have to cut that out.
Yeah, well,
they are. They're gross.
They smell awful.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
I thought you meant the other kind of nasty.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but
because
just fundamentally, gross human beings.
Seen is like kids are introduced to technology a lot younger, which means they have access, especially to like TikTok, where they're seeing 17, 18, 19-year-olds and what they're doing. So they want to act like and dress like 17, 18, 19-year-olds, but they're whatever.
No, yeah, this is widely. I mean, we're on the internet, so this is widely known on the internet.
Yeah, which I feel, because I saw on a TikTok that, like, again, this isn't true. This is what I heard, and it hit deep. You don't hate yourself. You hate who you've become to hide who you really are. Mm. So part of that is, like, all these people who get into high school and they're like, depressed and sad. Not saying that you aren't. Saying that in middle school and starting high school, you're trying to be these people who you aren't because it was cool or that's who you looked up to, but it's not who you are. And I don't know. Yeah, the kids aren't able to express who they are now.
It's a journey of like, it's almost like a journey of like secondary discovery that we have to do now because they learn so much at such a young age that like he's like, oh yeah, I'm this now. Mm-hmm. Like you're 14 and you're like, I'm this, and it's like,
and that's your entire personality.
Yeah, your entire personality.
We watched Senior Year on Netflix. Have y'all seen it yet?
I haven't seen it.
I think it just came out. It's about a girl who goes into a coma in coma. 2002. In 2002, because of a cheerleading accident her senior year, and wakes up 20 years later.
Yeah, I saw the commercial.
Goes back to high school, and it's funny seeing like it. Obviously, it's over exaggerated, in like the time period of high school, but like the differences that are there that like they talk about. It's like, oh, our generation really is like a little.
Yeah, no, the exposure is much. Like they see stuff whenever they're like 10, like 9, 10. It's like, you should not have seen that. Mm-hmm. That's like...
Yeah, we had... So, I feel like... Can you turn me down? I feel like I'm really hot. First off. Check. All right. First, so I feel like we still had room to create our own personality because we were basing stuff off of like TV shows.
Yeah.
And like the YouTube videos weren't coming out as often.
No, so social media wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so like the one of the first people to like really influence individuals like Jenna Marbles.
Yes.
And she was doing maybe a video a week.
Right.
Right. So video comes out on Monday. Everybody starts to like
So doing all the contouring.
do some mannerisms.
Yeah.
Right. Do some contouring. But like
that was the random era.
yeah. But like you had the rest of the week to kind of like develop upon Jenna Marbles' ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now with TikTok, like people are dropping every day. So like you're basing your personality off this one individual.
Right.
And you're not able to develop your own side of
Not
that
even every day.
base point.
Some of them like do it like every like hour. Like,
Yeah.
Like they drive.
It's all they do.
It's crazy, dude.
So someone on TikTok was saying like, yeah, the algorithm doesn't like optimize you unless you're like posting like 3 times a day. I'm like, oh boy, you have to do that. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, they.
But does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
Like we still like. I'm not saying we had like crazy big personalities because everybody looked like Britney Spears.
Right.
But it was in like
everyone was
Jesus
wearing
Christ.
the not halter tops, but like the midriff tops. Is it halter tops?
Yeah, so we had the midriffs, but I'm thinking more specifically the really gross era of the tank top on top of the like t-shirt.
Yeah, that awful scene. Yeah,
such a oh god, and the dudes were not any better.
The jeans were also the boot cut that were wide.
Yeah, shout out Janko jeans. Janko jeans, and all the dudes were wearing like the oversized button-ups that weren't quite Hawaiian shirts and weren't quite.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely there was a phase I went through in middle school where I was wearing 2 shirts every day.
Yeah.
And we had a uniform, and I had to wear like I bought like specifically like long sleeve like white t-shirts to wear over like under my polo like
or damn it, what was I just about to say? I lost it.
Talking about the Britney Spears thing and the
Britney, yeah. So like the hip hugger jeans, like everything was see through.
Yep. Yeah. You know,
90s and like 2000s phase of
it was a dark time.
Stylish or
dark
it's not
time.
good. It's not good.
Very few good things came out of the 90s.
The epitome of that is
2000s.
the Britney Spears Justin Timberlake jean outfit. It's just patches of jeans.
Just patches of jeans.
But yeah, I saw
so
it.
Good.
There was a Dove ad that came on in my theater for Doctor Strange. And it was like one of the first like ads, one of the early.
Oh, okay.
But it was heavy because what they did. This is messed up on. No, it's not messed up. It's actually very educational on Dove's part. Is they did like a AI face thing, for a girl's like mother. And they sat there with the girl and her mother, and they made the mother say the things that like influencers say.
Ooh.
Like some of the stuff that they hear of like, yeah, if you're feeling hungry, just drink water. Like a bunch of stuff that's like really like, that's like it's like an eating disorder.
Yeah.
It's like
really detrimental to the health of the individual.
Yeah, like you should be drinking this, like drink a little bit of bleach like 9 times a day. It's like, oh, when it's coming from like someone else that isn't like a like super skinny like model looking girl, it sounds insane.
Yeah.
And these kids hear that like every day, and they're on their phone, and they're just like, I'm not good enough, and some of it they do like the whole body positivity thing, and some of them are like I'm big, I don't care, that's fine.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and some of it I'm like, but also you should like try to be healthy. Like being healthy like feels good. Like,
some of my favorite TikToks are like the ones where they expose influencers. So like, I don't know, I can't remember her name. She's one of the big people on TikTok right now, but it was like 3 or 4 different models. And it's like a picture of them on Instagram. They look all skinny. And their butt and like their chest is all out and all that stuff, and then it like cuts to a picture where it was like paparazzi took a picture of them and they look like a square.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is that it's funny, some of the Instagram models or whatever, for a time period, they were doing this thing where they were like, oh, like here's the Instagram version and here's me in real life.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like,
I saw that feed for sure.
I'm like, why? Like, I get what you're doing here, but also, why is the Instagram version, because it gets likes? Like, why is the Instagram
crazy
version
how drastic
the one
those
you take?
differences are.
If you just be real about yourself. I mean, I'm more attracted when a girl's like, her like real full self.
Yeah. That's one thing I really like about Mia. She doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't do any of that stuff.
Like, it's.
She doesn't wear makeup, does she? Huh.
No.
Yeah.
In high school, she wore mascara and that was it.
There's this girl on TikTok. I guess she's like a comedian. She's like a musical comic or whatever. But she's just loud, like Jewish girl. It's like she's like insane. But I'm like I find that more attractive than like Addison Rae. Like,
yeah,
I'm so cute. I did this dance for 9 hours, like to make it perfect. I'm like, that's not you. That's not you. It can't possibly be you.
I mean, it might be at this point in time.
Yeah, I've also met like that girl. That was the second time I went to California. I went by myself, and first night I didn't know what to do, so I just like went down to my hotel bar and sat there for a while, you know, talking to the bartender or whatever. And this one girl comes up. She like knows the bartender or whatever. She's like, "Yeah, I had like a really like hard, like, you know, super skinny blonde girl." She's like, "Yeah, I had a really hard day today. Like, I got up and like yoga was hard. It was like at like 11, and then like I like went out with my dog for a while, and like I don't know. It was just kind of like a hard day." I'm like, "You said two things happened just now. You like took your." I think she legit was like, "Yeah, I went to yoga, took my dog out.
It was a hard day."
Yeah.
It's a difficult day. That sounds like a really difficult day, dude.
I'm like, whoa.
Don't lessen her experience.
Like, that's your concept of like.
And these people can vote.
I'm like,
their vote counts the same as ours. Think about that.
I'm like, that's your concept of like. That's your concept of what a like difficult time is.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I posted like 9 times on Instagram, or I don't even know if she like mentioned that. I assume she like posted like a couple times on Instagram that day, and was like, did my job for the day. I'm like, wow, that was really.
Because it's like weird. Like when you first get on social media and you see all the people like, oh, I'm in the gym doing all these workouts. I'm like at my house doing all this like schoolwork and like or business stuff and all that. Mm-hmm. But it's like, are you, or did you just set all that up to take the picture?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Did you do 4 sets of that workout, or did you just do the 2 reps for the video?
See, aspirational stuff is like, well, like the working out stuff, I find filming a lot of it to be a little bit. I know some people are like, oh yeah, it's to check my form. Then why are you posting it? First off, you don't need to post it.
There's a reason why I only believe a handful of workout individuals. David Goggins, C.T. Fletcher, The Rock, Joe Rogan, Cameron Haynes.
Are they posting about their workout?
Jocko Willink. And what Jocko does is he posts his watch 4:30 in the morning, and then he takes a picture of the sweat and aftermath. And it's what he did, like the 2 kettlebells and just a pool of sweat in the middle. All right, I believe you. Rogan is like, yeah, I spent like 2.5 hours in the bag. And then like the 3 videos he has of him like hitting the bag, you're like, no, you have to hit the bag that often for you to hit like that. Cam Haynes and Goggins, it's like their wives are recording them running and just zoom in. Like,
yeah, there's a... okay, I guess someone is recording them running.
Yeah.
Okay. I never thought about that.
Goggins, I think it's his lady every time. I don't know who records Cam.
Okay.
But I think Goggins. Imagine being Goggins' wife.
being married to like a borderline insane person.
Yeah. Not a borderline. Like, he is insane. He just happens to be insane in like a pseudo healthy way. And again, I say pseudo healthy way because he's sick, psycho. Like, he developed so much fluid in his knees, he couldn't run anymore. So then he was just like, I'm still going to work out. So you know what he did? He got a yoga ball, put it on the tail end of a treadmill, got up in a plank on the treadmill, and was walking with his hands, with his feet on the medicine ball.
Again, like a plank.
Yeah, in a plank. Crazy person.
Huh.
Goggins is a psychopath. That is why I love him. That is why I believe him. When he tells me to not be a bitch, I'm like, yes, sir. All right, let me.
Because it's genuine at that point. There's a difference between being genuine and being like, I find the aspirational stuff like, oh yeah, I get up every morning at 4 a.m. and I do all this stuff. Why are you filming all this? Where did you find the time?
I used to wake up at 4 a.m. You know how difficult it is to get up at 4 a.m., but then also record yourself the entire time?
Yeah,
shut your mouth. I don't believe you.
I'm not recording myself at 4 a.m.
I've thought about it. I've wanted to do like a time lapse of like me doing like my like yoga and stretching, but I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity to set the camera up and like check the angles for the entirety of that.
No.
Hard pass.
There's been a couple mornings when I wake up for the gym and me and Mia both just kind of like vibe or like are in the same energy and we're like, cool, like,
woo,
yeah,
let's go.
Yeah,
but
most of the time it's like, morning, okay, let's go.
Yeah, most of the time it's like, God damn it, all right.
I was gonna say too, the two dudes I really only watch about workouts, which I haven't recently, is Chris Bumstead and Jeff Nippard.
Nippard, yeah. Dude, my favorite thing was, I saw a couple of the TikToks. It's like, my pronouns are he, they, because I will never be him.
Yes.
And there's a picture of C-Bum, and he was just like, God damn, that is a man. I am not, we cannot be the same like, genetically, we are not the same species. He is an action figure, and I am a sack of potatoes. C-Bum, God bless. And then you gotta shout out Rock because he like flies his gym out to movie sets.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I know he does that.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm gonna work out.
I must be huge.
I am The Rock. My name is The Rock. I can't be small.
I want to see The Rock in like 20 years. I want to see him be small. Like,
it's not gonna happen.
Because he used to be like a really small guy, right?
Yeah, he used to be just like a normal, looking athlete.
Yeah, just like.
And then he got rich and famous. Then he got all the sauce.
It's all about me, but like 6 foot whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like.
Just like, athletic build.
You hear he used to play football and you're like,
makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. But now it's like, boof, 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 muscles on the neck.
I am a muscle.
I have muscles in my eyebrow. I got the eyebrow and then the muscle above the eyebrow.
You can do the thing. The whole, I can't do it. I look like I'm having an aneurysm. Yeah. I believe him. Mark Wahlberg, I believe him as well. I don't see him on social media at all.
He seldom posts, but he wakes up at like 3.
Any famous actor, I believe, because they have to a lot of times they have to get cut or get bulky or do whatever for whatever the role they're playing. It depends on the movie. Obviously.
No, see, that's what I don't believe them. Like Always Sunny.
Not Glenn Howerton, but Rob McElhenney.
Rob McElhenney. He straight up exposed it. He was like, yeah, dude, it's super easy to get fit. All you need is a company to invest copious amounts of money into you, pay for your personal trainer, your personal chef, allow you to fund your life so that way you can work out 3 times a day. You no longer get to have any fun with anybody ever. All you do is drink water, eat healthy food, and work out. And then in 6 months, you'll look great. It's super easy.
That's what happened to Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
He was yeah, it's super easy. You just need the biggest company in the world to fund you.
Yeah.
That's it.
But like those dudes, they got paid to get big, and maybe they do uphold it. But like Marky Mark, The Rock,
I was talking about like Chris Pratt when he got
like Chris Pratt.
I don't remember what movie it was, but he got super big for the movie.
Yeah.
And then he cut down and got built for Guardians of the Galaxy. Christian Bell, he went skinny, fat, skinny, built for Batman.
Then normal, then fat.
Yeah.
Then I think
Christian
he's
Bell
back
went
to
all
normal.
over the place.
Christian. He doesn't. Him and McConaughey
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
never look the same after they're crazy skinny. Cause McConaughey before Dallas Buyers Club and after, like, it's still.
It's weird that it's
still
the
sexy
same,
as hell.
It's weird that it's the
But, like,
same person.
Yeah,
You're just like, whoa, that's not. You're not.
you're
the
a
same.
different individual. Yeah.
Yeah, because some people that's like a one-time change.
And that's why I say I don't believe them necessarily. It's like that's like a one time, like you got paid to do the thing. You got there, congratulations, but that's not necessarily like your personality.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, okay.
like
I see what you mean.
like Cam Haines, he runs a marathon every day. And he works at I think it's a water treatment plant. So he'll run 10 to 15 miles in the morning, go to his 9 to 5. On lunch, he'll go run a couple more miles. He gets back home, finishes out the marathon, and then practices shooting his bow for like 3 hours. I don't know what else he does.
I think that's
So
it.
that doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
I don't know if it is a lot of fun or not.
It's fun if you enjoy it.
For him, it's
Yeah, I mean, if I
it's
guess if you
great.
enjoy it, but
For him, it's great because he has the gym in his house. And like the reason why he works out is so that he could be the most efficient hunter on the planet.
Let's see, the most efficient hunter is Liver King.
I will punch you in the throat. You say that goofy shit again, I will smack the life out of you.
Have
How
you
dare
seen Liver King on TikTok?
Have you not seen Liver King? Oh, okay, you're better for it.
Look up.
Don't do it.
Look up Liver King.
Don't do it. You don't need to look him up. You don't need to look him up.
Look it up.
I'll give up.
He's a trash individual. He's not a real person.
He's insane.
It's not.
Why was it do?
So he got into
he's
this
another
idea
workout guy.
He got into this idea like 13 years. Like he was on a podcast recently talking about it. He got into this idea of ancestral living, like living how you're like the ancestors lived, like the primates, or not primates, but like early cavemen. So it's a lot of raw meat. He eats liver for every meal. He eats an insane amount of food, and then he'll fast for like a long time. It's like he'll eat like 6 cheeseburgers and be like, "Yep, I'm eating all those," like, and including that, a protein shake, all at the same time. Like he'll eat all that stuff and be like, "All right," and then we won't. And he'll go out and work out, do all kinds of crazy like.
Yeah, he's got a really healthy.
I'm gonna lift 1,000 pounds like squats.
in intake of raw meats, bone marrow, protein shakes, and a healthy cocktail of Tijuana drugs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dude is so much on the sauce. Holy shit.
How ready is like insane to me. Just look up a picture of him. Just look up a picture of Liver King and just be like, who is this guy?
Yeah, he's not a real skin pigmentation. Like that's not on the wheel chart of like.
His beard weirds me out.
It's not good.
I want to see it without a beard.
I've seen this dude.
Yeah, like he popped up on my on my TikTok like a year ago.
I've only seen his workouts. I haven't seen his like diets. Or whatever,
it makes me angry.
Oh yeah, his diet is like, it's scary.
Because it's the same thing. It's not a real It's not a real diet.
No,
he's not built like that because of the goofy ass workouts he does. He's like, I'm gonna do farmer carries up and down this football field for 3 hours with a 50-pound weight vest and 45s in each hand. Like,
and then I'm gonna go hunt my son.
Yeah,
my son's gonna be in the forest, and I'm gonna go hunt him.
Yeah, it's like you're not. Those aren't real workouts. you're leaving out a really important factor in this entire equation. That is the copious amounts of HGH and TRT and D-ball and your other favorite steroid of choice, because you're on all of them. He's gonna die.
It was crazy seeing. He did one video where he was going through and showing his family, and like you don't see his kids' faces, but they looked like they're terrified. They're frozen. They're like, Dad's recording a video. Don't move. Don't move.
It's not good.
I'm like,
not good.
This is weird.
Like, very uncomfortable.
Even his wife just looks a little bit like, oh, I have to go do the thing. I have to go drive the. I'm like, oh, okay.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah, that's why I don't like social media anymore. Like I'll get on TikTok and like if I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I'm just far away.
Okay.
Like I'll get on TikTok if I'm not doing anything, or like at lunch, at work, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just go through Instagram just keep up with friends, but other than that.
Yeah, I stopped like paying attention to social media, like Facebook and Instagram in particular. Snapchat, I don't care about Snapchat anymore.
No.
Like I stopped. And even every time I post on those things, I feel a little gross. Like I just.
I know that's why the podcast is growing, because both of you guys refuse to post anything. I hate both of you for that.
If I post, you really think
we're gonna get like?
It would help, because if you share things, that means that there's 3 people sharing things.
Yes.
Instead of just the one lone individual. I hate you guys.
I need to find Gabe's Instagram. I want to see if he's posted. Yeah, like I don't post on social media like that much anymore, and it's just because there were times, especially earlier on, where I think this is kind of a like millennial disease / like Gen Z and stuff like that now, is we post something and we expect like an audience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like we expect an audience, and it's like, who said that? Who said you get an audience? Like that's the and now these kids now, they like I had kids some kids talking about, they were like it only got like 5 likes like in the first like hour, so I deleted it. I was like, cool. I'm glad you think that way. I'm glad your mind's like wired that way now. By glad I mean I'm not glad.
Because like when I was in high school, I'm not gonna lie, I would post something, and through the day I'd like
check it.
How many likes do I have or whatever? I wouldn't like delete it like that.
Yeah.
But now like the past 2 or 3 posts that I put, I just posted up there as like, hey, this is what's going on, and then I just don't go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's best not to go back to it, because there's a loop you create where you're like this thing I'm doing, like this thing I'm posting, is like supposed to get like a response. It's like it's not guaranteed, especially social media, because it's not anything. It's not content. Like it's not like you don't.
Yeah, you gotta, to be social media, like that's something you really have to work for. Because if everybody could do it, then
everybody would be.
Everybody would be like, especially because if everybody was, I would feel like it wouldn't exist.
Like if everyone was famous on like social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like to me, I think TikTok is starting to like make that a little bit more of a broad like thing. I feel like most people. It's funny whenever you pass by like a kid that posted on TikTok or something like that. Some like 10-year-olds just like it's got like 1 like or whatever like that, and it's like I made this video or okay, and it's like goes away. It's like, oh, you clearly like accidentally hit the like submit button on that. But like anyone can do that now. Like it's
they shit their pants if they heard one of my comments got 70,000 likes.
So,
did it really?
Yeah, it was a video of this girl's pug, whatever, jumped out the window of her car, and it was just like she panned around and the dog's face was just like. And I don't remember the dude who did it, but in a lot of his videos he goes, "Now what we learned," and I just commented that in quotes, and it got a shit ton of likes. So I was like, cool.
I did it. All right, moving on.
I tried that at one point. There was a video of some lady who did not cook something very well, and I made a comment. It got like 10, 15 likes, but I was like,
Yeah, validation.
This will go viral. This will go viral. I know it will. I know it will. But that's sadly, that's the kind of loop.
My dog jumped out the car.
That was so quick. I still don't understand how TikTok works, so the fact that you guys are able to pull, like...
Well, it was in my, like, inbox thing of notifications, because I still get, like, every now and then, so it'll come back up.
My dog jumped out the car window while it was moving.
If you ever needed a reason to keep your dog on a seesaw, here's one. Did you jump out the window back?
My dog jumped out the car.
My comment, 75,000.
Jesus.
I wasn't expecting. I was just commenting because I thought it was funny. I was like, I guess everybody thought it was funny too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, with the things like that, if you're just the first person to say that, like...
Yeah. I will do that though. Like if I find if I find a video or whatever and I think of something to say, I scroll through the comments and I'm like, did anybody say it first? Because I did, then there's no point in posting it.
Yeah, that's the Steve went out. Yeah, that's the hard part. Is like whenever you find a video, like I'm gonna make this original statement. Everyone's already said it. Everyone's already said it every time. But yeah, I am definitely, not to be an old cranky man, but I'm definitely a little bit afraid for kids right now.
It doesn't end well. I'm here to tell you that right now. And that's why your boy's trying to make a lot of money in a short period of time and then go live on an island. I don't want to deal with nothing.
Like, were people always, like, this idea of, like, people being, like, toxic, were people always like that? Because I feel like the kids now are much more, like, okay with being, like...
Being, like, trash human beings to each other?
Yeah. Like, I feel like they're much more okay with that.
Were you okay with being a trash human being to people? Was, like, your people okay with that?
Oh. Explain that a little more.
Because, I would say we grew up in the era of like, roasting each other.
Sure. Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, Yo Mama jokes, like, peaked.
Yeah, there was
2006.
literally a show called Yo Mama.
Yeah. So, like, the joke aspect of, like, talking mess to your boys was kind of what we grew up on.
Yeah.
But, like, it stopped there.
Right.
Like, it was clear jokes.
Right.
Your mama's neck, the back of your mama's neck looked like a package of hot dogs. One of my favorite ones.
Your mama's so big, whenever she sits in a movie theater, she sits next to everybody.
Did you see that comedian, I don't know his name, but he's a big black dude who did a joke about a Yo Mama joke with his mom? I'll pull it up.
That's either... Is it new or old?
I think it's kind of old.
It might be Patrice.
Probably Patrice, yeah. But, like...
Ever get into a Yo Mama session with your mama?
Oh,
Me and
that's,
my mama watching that show Yo Mama on
Bruce
MTV
Bruce.
Yes.
the other night. And it wasn't that funny, so I changed the channel. She's like, what you do that for? I said, it wasn't that funny. She said, I thought it was hilarious. I said, you don't know nothing about comedy. She talking about, oh, really? You think you can do better because you're a so-called comedian? I said, first of all, lady, I'm a professional. She said, well, hit me with your best Yo Mama joke. I said, no, Mama, you know how crazy your ass is. Remember you threatened to take us for a ride by the lake? I am not. Fuck it. I said, Mama, I'm going to let you know I'm a professional. I'm going for the juggler. Your mama's so ugly. Every time she look at the mirror, duck. She said, that's the best one you got? He said, well, your mama's so nasty, she and came in here and kissed you goodnight.
Very good. Very good.
Shout out.
Bruce.
Shout out. I'm pretty sure it's Bruce.
I think that's Bruce.
I think so,
Yeah. No, wait, is that Bruce?
Can you see?
Look at either the caption or the comments will say it. No, that's not Bruce. Bruce is like...
Bruce is a little bit smaller, right?
He's a... white.
Is that Larnell?
Like, not Jenkins. What's... I'm forgetting his name now.
I think it's one of those, like it's a... Larnell, Latrell...
Something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, so we were talking about like the roasting thing. Like that was like peak comedy.
Yeah, that was like that was how you joked around with your boys.
But now
Nothing.
the
Yeah.
the kids like now sometimes they just say it like, and I think it's a little bit of like the whole like woke thing of like he's like saying like the N-word, but like they straight up say some like racist stuff. I'm just like, whoa. Like the thing they like to do, like at my school right now, is they like to say the B word for Mexicans.
Yeah, dude, they just sling that around
They
so
do.
casually.
I'm like, that's like a slur, dude. Like you can't,
really aggressive.
like they're
Yeah,
really
the like slurs and stuff has become less and less of like a meaning.
And that might be for the better, but damn, nobody told me that's what was happening, and I could I'm
Yeah.
not mentally prepared.
yeah.
Kids just throw it around like, I get where y'all come from, but it's kind of the whole thing of like getting told from when you're young, like it's just words.
Yeah. No, I get where it's coming from, and like
Yeah.
that kind of goes back to the Gambino bit. Was it Gambino? Who said that? I can't remember. White people, you just got to start saying the N-word. We will lose a few of you in the process, but ultimately, everybody will get desensitized to it. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's kind of like where they're like,
and that's where it's heading. And it ultimately, that is I think it's a better place to be. But damn,
like
I was not.
Ideally, it wouldn't hold any power, but like,
Yeah, it still messes me up a little bit.
no, yeah, they will sling it around. And they'll just be like I'm like, why are you so cool with like using that slur?
Like, why are you cool with saying that? And why are you punch him? Like,
Like
smack that kid.
Yeah,
Like some-
coworker, I mean, granted he went to prison, but like if you call him a B,
Yeah,
he really doesn't like that.
Yeah.
But like when I was in high school, we would call each other that all the time. So it's like a bit of an adjustment in that.
like a BI or a BE.
I don't know, B is BE, so BI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's white.
Ah,
Yeah, that is like a.
He's also racist though, so.
Oh well, you know.
But part of that, he's told me why, and part of that's coming from prison life. So
yeah, that makes that happens.
If you've done some hard time, you get a little bit of excuse for some racism.
that happens, but when you like join a gang, like
Yeah.
because it will save your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay,
All right.
but yeah, like
It's not good, but I'll allow it.
But it's also like the kids are like, yeah, I called my Mexican friend that. I was just like, he's your friend.
Said he was your friend.
I'm like y'all hang out, like y'all hang out.
He just said he's going to your place later, and he called you that. What's going on
I
here?
can't tell if this is like, it's not racist. Like, is it racist? It's racist, but like,
Feels super racist, but you
It-
guys don't think it is.
if you're not friends or close with each other, then it means a little bit more. But like if you're friends or know each other in any type of way, it doesn't matter what you say. It's all just fun.
Yeah, it's wild. I felt like there was always some parameters.
I'm pretty sure I've called me a BE.
wow.
Just joking around with her.
That's wild. That's
I mean, see, like when I was in middle school, like granted, I was like a really like sensitive kid. Like there was some of my white friends were calling me a brownie, and I was not very cool with that. I was like, this is not
that's just some soft racism, and
like
nobody likes soft racism.
it's like what the. But now, if someone like, I'm wondering if these kids like get called a brownie, would just be like, yeah, look,
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
Would just be like.
I have the same color as a tray of brownies.
Like this is the same. Like,
He's right.
like that's the. I guess that's is it the end goal of like, is that where racism dies? Is we're all just like,
I hope so.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I saw this comedian on TikTok too. I don't think I saved it, but he was like, "No, when COVID started and all that, the CDC said, like, stay inside, put your mask on. We got to save the old people." And then he's like, and then 6 months later, it was like, "Oh, now we need to cure racism, whatever." And he's like, "I think in order to do that, we should have left the old people out."
Yeah, because I also saw
Yeah.
I saw a video recently. I think I saw something on Facebook or something where this white kid came up to this black house and he was like trying to like get some of his neighbors to come out, and he had like a whip.
Oh, I saw that video
He
today.
like whipped the door a bunch and like put some damage on the door, and then like the mom was like, "You need to go. You need to go back to your you need to go back across the street." And then like they walk outside after that, they see the car is whipped too, and they're like, so they go and like tell the parents, and the dad's like hidden away like, I didn't tell him to go do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa,
But
like,
their neighbors have video of the kid doing the damage to the car and all
Yeah.
that, and they have a Ring camera of
Yeah.
him on the door. So
like yeah, like
it's all filmed.
That's crazy.
like so to an extent, yes, I think they're a little bit of desensitization to race is like not good, but they don't like.
There is a different level of ignorance. I think that's what we're getting at right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm glad like Hispanic people exist, but calling them like that is not.
Or, well, no, it's just like you don't know the contextual back, like,
Yeah.
of where that slur came from.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, I got in trouble for that in middle school.
yeah. You know?
It was like 7th or 8th grade, and I don't remember where I heard it, the word first or whatever. I just heard it in the hall, and I was like, huh. And then class was trying to start, and the teacher's trying to get everybody to sit down, and there was a black dude standing at the front of the class. And I said, "Sit down." And then I said it, and everybody was like, I was like,
Whoa.
What?
I had no idea what the word meant. And then like my parents were like, "Yeah, you can't say that." I was like, "What?" Like,
God damn it, Chris.
Well, especially because you went to the school that I teach at, right?
I went to Lamar.
Oh, you went to Lamar. Okay, you went to Lamar. Okay, never mind. But like, I mean, well, anywhere around here, like you're gonna hear that word like in the hallway, like
Fairly regularly.
Like-
From what I remember, I heard it in English when we were going over the Martin Luther King Jr. speech because we were watching the video.
Yeah.
But then I was told he never said that in the video, and I was like, I don't think he said the hard, but I feel like he definitely said.
No, I don't think A was around back then. So if you said it, you said it.
I don't know. I feel like I thought that's where I heard it, but it may not have been.
But yeah, like
Anyways.
but now if they I feel like the kids now if they heard they heard like a white kid say it, like the entire because it happened a couple of times where a white kid said it like at school, everyone knew about it. Like that was like the gossip of the day.
Yeah.
It was like he said that word, he said that word, like it's like I don't know
Somebody would just stand up and be like, "Hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
Sit back down."
like and it comes back to the whole like middle school kids are weird thing. They are learning and they just say stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even know what it means. They just say stuff
It's happened to me.
and they just like they're just out there talking, and then they learn. I mean, we had one kid, he was we have two Asian girls in this class, and he at the beginning of the year was doing the classic, like, I'm not going to do it, but like the classic like Asian, like, talking about chings and all that stuff and
Yeah.
all that stuff, just awful. We were all like, "Hey, dude, that's not." And the kids were trying to do it, and then I told them like, "Hey, like that's not very cool. That's actually like super racist. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that. Like they've gone through like a lot to get here, and now you're first of all they're Vietnamese, so like you doing calling them Chinese thing, like
If you're gonna be
wrong.
racist, at least be good at it.
At least be accurate.
Be a good racist. Come on now.
Be a good racist. That's the title.
And then
It's a great title. I don't know if we could do it as a title.
I am not putting a thumbnail of me. It says be a good race.
Hey man,
No.
it might go viral because it's two dark men talking. Be a good racist, like.
But
You know what I'm
like,
saying, hey,
no, but yeah, don't be a racist. But like but at the end of that conversation we had, because like I like to have some of those conversations sometimes. He was like, "Wait, was that racist?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh,
yeah, dude,
okay, let me not do that anymore." It's like, all right,
yeah, you have those conversations
like you learn
at the
something
middle
today.
school level. The conversations I have, I like pulling them aside. I'm like, Leo, I'm not gonna tell you what to say and what not to say, but I'm gonna highly encourage you not to say those things because if you say it around the wrong people and you get jumped, I don't feel bad for you.
Like,
Have fun in life.
no, because at the middle school they just don't know, and
Yeah.
that's the whole thing we're talking about, like the iPad and stuff like that. They get everything from the age of 4. Like, I've seen kids, like little kids, like 6 on TikTok scrolling. They hear all kinds of F
Wild,
words and
dude.
stuff like that.
Absolutely
I didn't know the
wild.
F word existed till middle school. Like they're like
Yeah, dude, I got in trouble.
they're in first grade. Like,
I
just
think
like,
third or fourth grade, because a mom across the street said that I had called their kid. I had said something to their kid or like
Yeah.
around their kid, and then like my mom made me tell her other words that I knew, and I was like, I think maybe 6 or 7.
now these kids know all of them.
When I first got into middle school with my best friend at the time, like first day of middle school, I just started like cussing up a storm. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, we're gonna get in trouble." I was like, "We're in middle school. Like, who cares?
No rules.
We're adults now."
I love that is the concept. That is such.
That is a very on
middle
par
school,
concept, yeah.
Like
But then again, his mom was a teacher at the old school, so
Yeah.
we were at.
like they develop the ability to walk around freely.
Yeah, it's just, I was
and
literally
then,
just about to say, bro, no lines. Let it ride.
like we could go to class on our own time. I'm gonna say the N word. What?
I did that in 5th grade too, because like like 5th grade, you still have your classes, but you go between.
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
But they make you do single file line,
Yep.
and they're like, we're practicing for middle school, and I was that rebel like, well, middle school there's no lines, and so
no
like when the
lines.
teacher turned around, I'd get out of line.
Just walking like backwards or like sideways, like
Pretty much.
F the police, F the police. You can't stop me.
There are no lines in middle school.
There's no lines in middle school, so when the teacher turned around,
That is such a concept. I still can't open up a carton of milk, but I'm now God. It's like, what? You asked me to open up a Gatorade. Shut up.
Bro, you struggled opening the door, man. Like,
yeah,
not too much here.
I kid you not. Like they do some like up until like 8th grade. Like even I've seen some 8th graders do some stuff. I'm like, that was dumb. Like, because I recognize like every like about once a week when it comes to 8th graders, I keep recognizing that, oh, that's just a child.
Yeah.
Like even the ones that like they're all mature and like they all act all like I'm a man and stuff like that. You're 14,
Bro,
Like
you're
you have no idea.
best case scenario, you're 14.
Like you can
probably
barely-
13.
You got chin hairs now. Like don't act
You have
like
8 chin hair
like
right there. That's it.
like I was noticing that during testing. I was stroking my beard. I'm like, none of you have beards. None of you are like mature people. Like you're not adults.
Oh, you're all still very much children.
But then you get that one dude who like is going into freshman year with a full goatee, and you're like, you don't belong here.
What happened?
Yeah.
How did you end up here?
That's how I feel about the ones that are like 6 something. I'm like, we have one kid coming in who was a 6th grader. He was like 6'3". I was like,
Why are you here? Go to Austin. Be good at sports.
Oh, please move to get into some Premier League somewhere.
and one of those kids he's doing band next year.
Damn it! Don't do that.
He's doing. I'm like, what? You're not built for this.
Yeah.
You're not built for trombone. What are you?
I mean, thanks for showing some interest, but come on, man. You're gonna leave me in ninth grade. Why are we playing this game?
No, he's got the. I think he was super tall when he was young, and then everyone was asking him if he played basketball. So he was like.
So now he's like hard pass.
He's like, no, I don't play basketball.
Yeah.
So I get it.
But then again, there's gonna be a coach 8th grade year. He's gonna be 6'5". Coach is like, bro.
Oh, no, this kid's in 8th grade now.
Oh, he's in 8th grade now. Okay,
He's gonna be in 9th grade.
gotcha.
I'm like,
So yeah, he's gonna get to the high school, and they're gonna be like,
why aren't you playing basketball?
"Why aren't you playing? We'll just give you the ball, and you just be above the people, because you'll be in freshman in basketball, and like everybody else is still 5'4". Like,
Right. Like you're still growing too.
you don't have to develop anything. We'll just pass it to you. Be underneath the hoop, and like baby layup.
Ugh,
Just be Shaq.
just be Shaq. Yeah.
Unfortunate, because like I would like to learn how to play basketball, but like I said, my legs are so short. It's hard for me to dribble between my legs.
Muggsy Bogues does not get enough respect
For being short, play basketball.
for just being Muggsy.
How
He
tall
was
like
5'3".
5'3".
5'3".
Wow.
5'3". NBA. Wow.
Is that Mia's 5'1"?
No, she's 5.
She's
exactly.
5'. 3 inches taller than Mia.
Jesus.
And he was guarding Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Dennis Rodman. Pick your player from the 90s.
Keeping up with him.
Keep it up with him. You know how disrespectful that was?
Just running on the court with him had to be insane.
Yeah.
Like you're just like,
Bruh,
like,
him
I'm
and
6'2",
Yao
crossing
Ming
the
played at
court.
the same time.
like Yao Ming takes 7 steps.
Yao
he's
Ming's
across the court.
nuts was in this man's face,
I know. Like,
and he had
Oh,
to block
yeah.
him.
see, but then like you gotta respect that too, because like the level of like training and
Yeah.
stuff that goes into a short person being able to play professionally.
Well, yeah.
is-
He's the original Mr. Handles. Like,
like even short people in football, like they gotta train
yeah.
outrageous.
Well, dude, that's why I didn't believe I could be a football player, because I was 5'10".
Me
I was
too.
like, I at least got to be 6. I can't. I'm not going to be able to do it. And then I remember, like, I think it was like the 2014 or 15 draft. It was like wide receiver coming out of like Tennessee, 5'10", 185. I was like, God damn it.
The shortest player I found on this year's roster and all across Big 12 was a running back on Kansas State, and he's my height.
How heavy was he?
Like 260.
Yeah, that's a fullback, my friend. That is not a running back, and he is built for the for the 3rd and 1.
No, actually, he might have only been like 180.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm about to say because I weigh 260 right now. Like
260 might
Yeah.
be a bit much, but like if he's
No,
like 220,
No, because I remember, yeah, it was closer. He was under 200 now, I remember.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like 180 or 190. Because
Still,
I was
that's
remember
a-
thinking, I was like, damn. I
that's
could
a-
have just put
that's-
on like 30 pounds of
that
muscle.
boy's pretty thick for the
Yeah.
size.
yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
But I was thinking, because I always thought, like, if I played football, I'd have to be running back. Because I'm small, I could be able to fit through.
find the lanes. Yeah,
I couldn't be wide receiver. I'm not tall enough. I can't reach over the
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Obviously, O-line's not going to happen. Or any kind of line.
staying off
Maybe
the line.
quarterback, but I don't have the arm.
You could maybe do like safety, small safety.
Kicker.
Yeah. Kicker. But
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, anything else?
social media sucks.
Social media sucks. Kids are screwed.
Kids need
Parents do better.
parents, if you can, I'm gonna try my hardest to not get my kids any kind of technology until they are at least until they, like we mentioned before, until they need it.
Yeah,
Until you're going to band practice and you like need me to pick you up and I need to know what time to be there. Like you don't need a phone.
Just let them be a kid. Kick them outside.
Yeah.
go outside. Treat him how I treat Charlie. I just like force her outside. Like go do dog things. Like
It sounds mean, but you really need that experience as a kid.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do need to go outside and like Everyone's like, "Oh, I don't want my kid like going to like." No, dude, like go ride bikes. I don't see like them riding bikes anymore.
I don't know if it
happened to
was
riding bikes.
Christina Pazitsky.
Yeah.
She just came with a special. I don't know if it was the special or her on Rogan, but she was talking about like her raising her two kids.
Yeah,
And she was just like,
because I'm sure her and Tom are doing like the go ride bikes.
yeah, go be weird kids. Like go be weird.
Yeah.
Throw things
Otherwise,
at-
you don't develop a personality. You develop whatever you get from that screen. Yeah.
Throw rocks at each other.
Yeah.
Get a personality.
What's the thing now that's like the you want kids to live, or you want them to like have like calculated risk, so
Yeah.
they do stuff that's like, I might fail at this,
Calculated
but
risk.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
That's the point of skateboarding and sports ball.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
calculated risk. Drop in on the ramp. Do you have all your pads on? It might hurt, but you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Drop in. Do it.
I was talking to that about Mia too, because like we've been skateboarding.
You're
and It's
out.
like
You're out.
check.
No, he's in.
He is?
I'm just gonna talk anyways.
Okay.
Like, because I understand the people who don't like really get it, like even if we're just cruising around or whatever, is like, yeah, you're saving maybe 5 minutes skateboarding instead of walking, but it's not really about saving the time. It's about just doing something fun and
Yeah.
taking the risk. Like,
Right.
Yeah, you might fall, you might bust your ass, but you're having fun in the process instead of just.
And also, it you learn more about your body.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, we did.
Well, yeah, that's one thing. I think kids don't have as
They
much
don't.
control.
Yeah,
over
they
their
don't have control of their body.
Yeah,
They
we
don't
talked
understand how
about
their body
that
works.
A while ago.
Yeah, people are already at a disadvantage of not knowing how to work their body, like, coming as a freshman.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I wonder if people are clumsier. I wonder if people have gotten clumsier as time has gone on. I feel like I know more clumsy
yes,
people now.
I straight up had a girl at the other middle school that couldn't stand. She would just forget how to stand.
I just fell. I'm like, what?
Like she didn't understand like weight distribution. So like if any point in time she's like standing behind her bell set and she like kind of readjusts her feet and she puts too much weight on one side, she would fall out. Like, it's like, girl, what are you doing?
See, but it's also hard. It's like, is that actually what's happening, or are you doing that for people to look at you?
I thought that's what it was,
Some
but
of it's-
legitimately,
some of it's
like
legit.
with her, it was pretty legit. She was just like,
It's hard to tell at that age, but
Because some of them are straight up like uncoordinated. You'll be like, sit up, and they're like, why didn't you push your hips forward? What?
went the wrong up, son, up, not down.
Like the concept of like sit up does not make sense to me.
parents don't teach posture. They don't teach
Yeah, man.
any of that stuff. Like I did Taekwondo for I don't remember how long, maybe 8 months when I was younger, and that taught me a lot
Yeah, man.
about using my body when I was young.
Yeah,
I didn't stay in it, which I wish I could have, but
Here's my requirements for my child. He's got to be in some sort of martial art.
yeah, I'm a dude.
He's got to be some sort of music,
Yeah. Piano.
and he's got to be at some point gymnastics or dance. So that way he gets like the stage fright.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all these things are developing different parts of the individual. So like, what did I start with?
You said the Taekwondo, the martial arts.
So martial arts.
Yeah.
Understand how your body works. Understand how to use your body correctly. Don't be afraid of getting hit.
Yeah.
Check.
Like understand how to be in a fight if you ever have to.
Yes.
You shouldn't because you're
You shouldn't,
a smart person,
but, you know.
like if you ever need to be.
Be prepared. Like if you get hit, you need to know how to respond.
Yeah.
Music.
yeah, that is a problem. I've never been in a fight, but I feel like if I was, I would know what to do. But then I also know I'd probably get folded.
Probably not. But like there is an ability to like when you get hit, you're like that sucked. How do I prevent that from ever happening again? Damn it. And then the music thing is like the brain, both sides, and then like gymnastics or dance, so that way you get comfortable with being with other people. Kind of goes into the martial arts thing, but like being cohabitant with others.
Like dancing with others?
Yeah, well, like that's what I'm saying. Like the class, like you might have to dance with each other. Gymnastics, you might have to like help people with stunts,
Sure.
stuff like that. Like you're not afraid of personal space.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You because some people can't be like touched.
Yeah,
Without freaking out.
without freaking out, because they weren't touched as an individual, like as a child.
Yeah.
Like,
And one thing I feel like is big, which isn't taught a whole lot, or at least I wasn't taught, is when you get into sports, is nutrition and dieting.
yeah,
And like, coaches will tell you, oh, we need to eat better or eat right, but they don't explain
like what does that mean?
means,
Yeah,
how you do that, how you like can look at foods and know what's good for you. And I don't know, once I learned how to do that, like after high school, I was like, well, damn, if I would have done that while I was
Damn it.
swimming, like,
I'd be so good.
yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing,
I'm tired of seeing kids come in with like a bag of Takis and saying that's like food
that's
for the
their
day.
first meal of the day, and it's
I'm
2
like-
p.m.
I'm
Yeah,
like, that's not.
it's not it. The last thing is individual sport,
Sure.
like
Discus.
not what I'm talking about, but like tennis, golf. Can't think of any others off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's all I can really.
But like something like that where it's very clear. No. You let the ball go past you. Like you served at him.
Yeah.
He hit it back. You didn't move fast enough. You can't blame it on anybody else.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like, but then also you need to like couple that with a team sport. So it's like you know how to cooperate with
How
other
much stuff are
other
you
people.
kids gonna do?
A lot, man.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like about swimming, because you get the mix.
Swimming.
Like,
Sorry. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. That was the third one.
Because you get your individual events, and then you also get like relays. And
Yeah,
stuff where you have
yeah.
to be-
But like, yeah, you get, and you know they're not gonna do everything like the entirety of their childhood or anything like that. But just like
At least exposure to it.
you're gonna get exposed. Like, do a year of this one, do a year of
Yeah,
that.
because I did tennis for a year. I did taekwondo for 2 years. You know, all the Boy Scouts and all that stuff. Like you have to do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff to
It's important.
become a.
And then plus that's how you figure out what you're good at.
Yeah.
I still don't know what I'm good at, but you know, I've
That's tough for another episode.
that's time for another episode. But on like a less like sad note, like I learned how to learn things, and that I
Yeah.
know that's what I'm good at.
No, yeah.
is I
When you learn,
show it to
how
me at least twice, I'm straight. Like I got that down.
When you learn how to fail, I think you learn like way more.
Yeah, I know how to fail good, and I know how to learn good.
Like these kids are. Some of them are really afraid to fail.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to do this poorly, so I'm just not going to do it.
Again, it's because of social media. They never see these influencers or the people they look up to
Fail. Yeah.
Right.
And it's always the perfect edit. Yeah.
They're my favorite things are the ones that are like trying to get the ping pong ball in the cup
Yeah.
or whatever. And you see
The timer.
try number like
Yeah.
8,017. Like he sat there for like hours and hours and hours doing that.
There's one
You see
guy.
the timer.
Yeah, there's one guy that has the timer
Yeah.
in the bottom right corner, and I'm like, thanks, dude. Like I'm glad you.
Like this isn't the first time. Like, oh yeah, we all set this up, and it's the whole Dude Perfect thing of like, oh yeah, we just set it up, and we just all like we're so perfect with our ball throwing skills.
Thankfully, Dude Perfect now on the tail end of their videos, like they'll show.
How many attempts?
Yeah.
Oh,
And just like the defeat in their eyes, because that's the downside of Dude Perfect is like you have to start the clip with that energy. It's like this is the no look behind over the shoulder.
right. And act like this is your first time ever doing it.
And then when they make it, they have to act like it's the first time.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, like when they finally do, you can tell when it is the first time that they do make it because they don't have a reaction.
Yeah, they're like, what?
What?
It happened?
I got it.
Sometimes it's an action.
But then like there's that genuine like. I was like, oh, you spent like
That was try
2 hours on that.
800.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, one other thing when I was doing sports too is like you were talking about your kid doing all this stuff.
yeah,
I was never like I only stayed in sport for like one season.
yeah.
So I would do baseball, and I was like, I suck at this. I don't want to do this anymore.
I played
want
one
soccer.
basketball
I
game.
suck at this. I don't want to do this anymore. I did basketball. I was like, I suck at this, but
Yeah.
I feel like I only left because I didn't like that I wasn't good at it.
I've-
So I would keep my kid in it. Like, is it
At
the
least
players?
2
Is it your
seasons.
skill? Is it
Yes.
the coaches? Like, keep you in for a little bit longer, and if you still don't like it, then we'll think
Yeah.
about doing something.
I think you need to do at least 2 seasons
Yeah.
of something. If it's a martial arts, you need to do it for at least a year.
Yeah.
For martial arts, depending on the martial art, more than a couple of years.
Martial arts is probably like that's gonna be the one thing where then you're like no, you're staying in the
Like when it came to like Taekwondo, I had learned a lot of principles about
Yeah.
like discipline and stuff like that
Yeah.
from that. Like
absolutely.
like
But just like with those sports, because I'm kind of like in the same boat. Like I just didn't participate in them like multiple seasons. But like I don't know if it was multiple seasons because the coach sucked, because the team sucked, because I sucked, because I didn't try hard enough. Like
yeah, like I only did tennis. I played one basketball game and soccer. And tennis, I think we just didn't have like the time or something like that. Like it was like a summer thing, and we went for a while in the school year or whatever. And it was, and then after, tried basketball in middle school. I did one game, started failing a class. So my dad was like, "Never mind, basketball's gone."
Yeah.
And then soccer, I was able to, I did that for 6 years. And I wasn't bad at it enough to
yeah,
to be like, I'm done with this. But yeah, you gotta learn how to fail. You gotta learn how to do something poorly, just once.
It's good for the soul.
It is. It's so good to just be bad
Tell you,
at something.
I still believe this, and we can end on this. I believe everybody needs to get kicked in the face at least once, and everybody needs to be choked out by somebody smaller than them.
That was a story. It was a story I heard a lot in Taekwondo about this little guy going up to a guy in a bar, and the big guy was like, "Oh yeah, I can beat you up." The little guy was like, "Okay."
Yeet. Yeah, it's important, man. Get kicked in the face. Go get kicked in the face, folks.
Every sport I played in, I got hit in the face with the ball.
Hell yeah. Same here.
Life experience.
Good for the soul. Brain damage.
Peace.
Y'all be easy. Peace. Peace.
Thank you.